A lot of us in the community have experienced our own personal Mandela effects, but I've never heard anyone discuss the significance of what it led to. So today I'm going to try to explain how the Lord taught me, through one of my own personal Mandela effects, why the letters C and K were so important to Aleister Crowley, and how it directly connects to CERN, and is confirmed through a well-known Mandela effect. As we know, Crowley was heavily involved in the practice of sex magic. So about a year ago, I was led to watch a series called Mr. Robot, starring Rami Malek. I was really interested in this guy because of the types of movies I had seen him in. Two of the most significant movies that I had seen him in were Buster's Malheart and another one called Bohemian Rhapsody, where he portrayed the life of Freddie Mercury. And I'd been watching several seasons of Mr. Robot, and my attention was always drawn to the spelling of his last name during the credits. For me, it had always been spelled M-A-L-I-K. One night, while I was watching an episode, I was shocked to see that the spelling of his name had been changed to M-A-L-E-K. So I knew the Lord had changed it for a reason, so I gave this particular episode my fullest attention. And as I was watching it, my attention was immediately drawn to something that was said. Somebody mentioned Operation Berenstain. So I prayed on it, and I asked the Lord to give me understanding of what he was trying to show me. And this is how the Lord led me through it. Rami Malek is from Los Angeles County, and he's also of Egyptian descent. You can clearly hear the phonetic similarity between Malek and Molech, the god of child sacrifice. So that's when I understood why Rami Malek was being cast in certain types of movies in Hollywood. He has what's called a theophoric name, and a theophoric name embeds the name of a god, both invoking and displaying the protection of the deity. In other words, theophoric names are used to both reveal and conceal the identity of the god. Theophoric names are used in both Satanism and Christianity. For example, Lucy, Lucky, Alice, Alistair, these are all nicknames used to conceal the identity of Lucifer. Conversely, the name Christopher means Christ-bearer or Christ-bearing. Similarly, El is a word meaning might and power, and is embedded in names and words like Angel, Israel, Daniel, Elijah, Ezekiel, Gabriel, and many others. But the best example of a theophoric name I can give that most of you will relate to is CERN. We all know that CERN is short for Cernunnos. Cernunnos can be spelled with a C or K, as shown here by Wikipedia. So getting back to Rami Malek, his last name starts with the letters M-A-L, and Mal means bad or evil, and this is where we get words like malevolent, which can also be seen as mal, evil entity. It's also where we get the word malice. If you drop the M in malice, you get Alice. Alice, as we know, is the name of a particle collider at CERN. Aleister Crowley traveled to Egypt to study magic and is a known pedophile. If you add an M to Aleister, you get Malister, and Malister is phonetically similar to molester. Crowley insisted upon speaking words backwards, or back words. Mal backwards is lamb. Crowley was in touch with a malevolent or mal-evil entity he called and referred to as Lamb. Crowley lived on Loch Ness. Crowley was a monster and referred to himself as the Beast. The mythical creature known as the Loch Ness Monster is also a beast. So after his death, Crowley survives as the Beast through a theophoric name hidden in the Loch Ness or Moloch Ness Monster. Remember, Loch can be spelled both L-O-C-H or L-O-C-K. So how does this tie into CERN? We have to first go back to word origins, and the word sodomy comes from the name of the city that was destroyed by fire and brimstone because of their pagan practices and sexually immoral conduct. The biblical usage of the verb know or knew is a euphemism for sexual conduct. And the word carnal means of the flesh, giving us the word carnal knowledge. The apple is nothing more than a symbol of carnal knowledge. Adam and Eve were forbidden from partaking of the tree of good and evil. This is just another way of saying they were forbidden from partaking in sexually immoral conduct. However, Satan tempted them into this forbidden behavior of carnal knowledge. And whether you believe it or not, Eve gave birth to twins, one belonging to Adam, one belonging to Satan, through a rare biological process known as superfecundation. And this is what began the two separate bloodlines and gave rise to forbidden knowledge, being passed down from one generation to the next. This forbidden knowledge came from carnal knowledge. Change one letter in carnal to an E, and we get CERNAL, or CERNAL knowledge, which is the exact same thing as forbidden knowledge. Have you ever heard the phrase, fornication under consent of the king? Or how about an album by Van Halen called For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge? You can clearly see for yourself what these phrases spell out, and I'm sure you'll notice what the last two letters are, C and K. These letters C and K are often used together, and they're also interchangeable. Remember, Cernunnos can be spelled with a C or a K. Now it's time to meet somebody named Howie Day. He's a musical artist best known for his song Collide. This is Howie Day at CERN, performing a parody of his song Collide. On the surface, it would appear to most people as just a comically nice gesture. But when the Lord is telling you to look under every stone and turn over every puzzle piece, you'll notice something really interesting about his middle name. Howard Kern Day. But I'm sure that's just a coincidence. So after everything we just covered, let's pause here to take a look at the meaning of Stein. Stein means stone, pip, and what's that? Kernel. Is it starting to add up for you? So what about that popular Mandela effect I was talking about at the beginning that confirms this? Chick-fil-A can be spelled with a K, as I remember it, and for others it was spelled with a C. Currently, it's spelled with a C and a K. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear, because fear involves torment. But he who fears has not been made perfect in love. I say that because I want you to pay attention to your own personal Mandela effects, because there is nothing to fear from them. The Lord didn't give us the eyes to see it for no reason. You never know what Jesus might be trying to teach you through the Mandela effect. If you just let go of your fear, let Him lead you, and see it from a different perspective. That's all I have today, guys. Thanks for listening.